Okay, in this lesson I want to talk about a very, very simple concept you can use to add to blues solos when you're soloing over a 1-4-5. Once again, I'm going to use the key of A as an example, and I want to talk about these sliding six. Basically, where you might be familiar with these if when you're playing rhythm, let's say in the key of A, the A7 chord there. That thing. And you go to the 4 to D. Back to the 1. No, I used to use those a lot when I played rhythm guitar, but I really wasn't very proficient at using them when I would play lead. So let's start with this one, this first shape in the key of A, the 6th fret. You're going to put your second finger on the 6th fret of the G string, and you're going to play this C sharp note. But you're playing the major third here of A, and then you're going to put your index finger here on the root, on A. Okay. And then we're going to play a different shape of the 7th fret. This is very basic, easy stuff, but this can actually add a lot to your playing. Up at the 7th fret, on the 7th fret, second finger, you're going to play D, and then you're going to put your third finger up here on the E string, you're going to play B. And you're going to take the same shape, we're still in the key of A on the 1 here, on the 1 chord. Same shape, move up to the 9th fret. So what you got this little series of 6 here. And you can work with that over the 1 chord. Another thing that you can do, once you get this shape of the 7th fret here, you can move chromatically up and down, passing. You can use it as a passing thing, the 8th fret. So you go. And I'm picking these. I'm using my finger, my pick to play the lower note, and I'm using my second finger that's not. Don't take that personally. It's not personal, I promise you. To pick the high E string. So this comes across as a kind of a country thing, but really this is very blues. So if you're ever stuck for something to play, and I always try to learn things that go well over the chord changes. So if you ever get lost and you're just wailing, playing on your pentatonic, and you can do that over all the chord changes. But if you want to play something melodic and simple and easy, and it's just a great trick that's right there, you can. When you go to, and it's easy to find, it's easy to visualize and memorize on the fretboard. So when you go to D, when it goes to the 4, you just take it up to the D position here. Same intervals. It makes a great turnaround lick too, because when you go to E, back down to the 4, the 5, back down to the 4. And there's one last trick that I'm going to show you. This might take a little practice. You can bend this one up. Like that. So you can go. So, and again, that's getting a little more into country territory. But you can still use that over like a dominant 7th chord, because a lot of the country stuff is over the 1 is that dominant 7th chord. So you can do this, bend it, to kind of, it's sort of pedal steel emulation. Sorry, I was wrong. Sorry, I was wrong. Don't go there. Another thing you can do, another part of it, you can go take that shape and slide it down 3 frets. And the more that kind of stuff that you add, the countrier it gets, really. But if you just want to stick with that's kind of how you would play it over a slow blues. Right here, don't forget this part right here, that's your A7 chord. So throw the 8th fret on the B string, and there you can go. And while you're on the A7th chord, you can also lower, you can flatten this note here, play the 7th fret. Try sliding into that A7th chord, and you can also go from the 12th fret in the key of A and slide back down. So just over the 1 chord alone, there's tons of stuff you can do with that. You can go you go to the 4 chord. Finish it off with the E7. Okay. So really, I was going to show you a cool trick with the sliding 6 that you could use to kind of fill in some space, but I actually wound up kind of demonstrating how you could use it to play a whole solo, which is, I mean, that's cool too, because you can use that to play your entire solo. But let's say you open up your solo with a major, normally over the 1 you want to play like a major key lick, like to the 4, go minor, that's just an example of a 12-bar pattern of how you could kind of use some of that stuff and to your advantage. You know, like I said, anytime you get lost, that's a great go-to, because over the chords it always sounds good. You always kind of know where you're going. If you're ever overthinking things, you can go to something simple like that, and it makes it a whole lot easier for you. But so sliding 6 in different positions as it relates to the 1, 4, and 5 chord. And I hope you find some use for that.